Longest running spoken word showcase featuring Black women in North America will happen in Toronto this week. And joining us live now to talk about When Sisters Speak is writer, speaker, and founder of When Sisters Speak, Dwayne Morgan. Good morning, Dwayne.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
And congrats on the 2023 Order of Ontario appointee. So that's amazing. You're doing you have been doing amazing things in the community for years, and now being recognized for it. And this is one of them. So 24 years going. Yes. Tell us about When Sisters Speak.
So When Sisters Speak is a show that I started just to create a platform for Black women to be able to speak about their lived experiences through the art of spoken word. And I had started a show called When Brothers Speak, which was for Black men. And I thought after doing that, someone would just create a copycat, women's show. And no one did. And I understood how important that kind of space is. So then I created it. So this year makes 24 years that I've been bringing Black women together from different places to just speak about what their experiences have been like.
And this year, it's happening during Black Mental Health Awareness Week as well. Was that an intentional move to make sure that it does happen during this week so that the actual event itself and the impacts that it has on Black mental health are highlighted?
It wasn't even intentional. It all just kind of fell into place because I always try to position the show as close as possible to International Women's Day, and that week just also coincided, so it was just a no-brainer to reach out to the city and say, hey, this is a great show that kind of fits in with what you're doing, and the city was all over it, and it just kind of made sense, and that synergy was there.
Yeah, what kind of feedback have you gotten from the women who take part, as well as the women and men who are in the audience listening to this spoken word, about just the impacts that even having that outlet has for them?
For the women who take part, it's a great experience for them because they're not always given the chance to perform in a theater in front of 500 people. So it's a real, polished kind of night, and it's something that they really look forward to. And because it's, such a large show and it only happens once a year, there's a waiting list of people who want to be like on that stage. So it's also a sense of honor to, to have a spot in the show each year. And then for the audience, there's so many times where you go out to things and you don't see yourself represented. And, for Black women, there's the angry Black women, the strong Black women, all these stereotypical things that as Black women you are up against. And it's just this opportunity to sit there and hear people tell stories that you can relate to. And this is something that for a lot of Black women, they don't always get to experience. So I think it makes it very special for the audience as well.
Yeah, you feel less alone when you're able to hear those stories and be able to relate to them as well. And then having it fall again during Black Mental Health Awareness Week, when you talk about, there are spaces where you're not represented. When we talk about mental health, sometimes the Black community is not represented in the sense of, being given the allowance to have a mental health issue and to have that moment, not be the strong Black woman, not be the strong person who's going to hold everything down. What do you want to change when it comes to how we look at our own mental health, but also how the rest of the world looks at the mental health of the Black community?
Well, I mean, it's so nuanced because it's almost expected that we're supposed to overcome everything because we've overcome so much already. So a lot of times we're not even allowed to have mental health issues because what are you talking about? There's so much that you have to do and you have to carry all of these kinds of things. And I think that in and of itself is something that leads to more mental health issues because nobody can be that strong all the time. Nobody can be on all the time. So I think, building that awareness that it's we're all going to have those days when we're off. We're all going to have those moments where, the world feels so heavy on us. And that there are outlets, whether it's, through the arts, whether it's through community. And I really want people to understand, again, as you were saying, that you're not alone. This is, there are resources that are out there. There are people that are out there. There are events that are out there. There are communities that are out there to support us. And we don't have to go through everything alone because that sense of aloneness also plays into making the mental health issues even worse.
All right, Dwayne, where can we get more information and tickets as well when it comes to When Sisters Speak on Saturday?
Well, you can get more information on my website, dwaynemorgan.ca, and the tickets are on Ticketmaster.
All right, perfect. Dwayne Morgan, thank you so much for joining us again.
Pleasure.
Congrats on all your accomplishments, including the Order of Ontario.
Thank
That
you.
is amazing. 7:36.
Ready to roll?
roll.